Hello everybody, it is Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 cast list analysis. Big thank you to DMC for translating. I will link his WordPress down below if you want to check out the episode 146 cast list for yourself. But here is the summary, and the cast list is massive, as you would expect. This is the most likely third last episode of Arc 5, maybe the fourth last if the last week in March is a 1 hour special, but here's the summary. After Yuya's duel against Kurosaki ended, Jack arrives before Yuya and challenges him. Jack declares that Yuya cannot save anyone as he is right now. Yuya faces off against Jack once again with the dueling that he believes in. However, he is afraid to summon the 4 dragons and is quickly driven into a corner. That moment within Yuya, the voices of the other 3, ... So that is really awesome, and as you can probably tell by the first 4 names on this cast list, the U-Boys seem to be back. Yuya, Yuri, Yuto, Yugo, Jack Atlas, Gangenzika, Shingo, Sora, Shun, Dennis, Crow, Yoko, Yusho, the narrator, Akaba Reiji, Reira, Himika, Tetsuya, Futoshi, Ayu, Shuzo, Claire, Alan, and Sayaka. I love how Melissa Claire is just is just randomly in this episode. But it is a massive cast list, and starting from the bottom up, which we usually never do, Sayaka, Alan, Claire, the 3, Shuzo, and then the 3, Yusho duel students, Himika, Reira, Reiji. I wouldn't expect any of them to have too big of a role. No Leo Akaba, which is actually kind of interesting, because you'd imagine they're still in fusion based on the first line of the summary that says Jack arrives before Yuya. So Jack is arriving in fusion unless Yuya goes to fusion and their duel, and Yuya and Kurosaki's duel takes them to fusion, which I don't think will happen. Unless Yuya goes to Synchro and then Jack arrives to him. Sometimes these summaries are very weird, so I'm not going to say it's definitively in the fusion dimension. I think it would be cool if it is. I think it would be also really cool if this was a standing duel. I'm not saying I'm sick of riding duels, but I've always kind of preferred standing duels, and I feel like with Vrains coming up, we are going to get really not many standing duels in Vrains. We're going to get a lot of those VR duels on hoverboards, whatever, card games on hoverboards, whatever you want to call it. So we get to Yusho and Yoko, and then Crow, Dennis, Shun, Sora, Shingo, Gangenzika. Everyone is here, no Bracelet Girls, and it's very interesting that this duel really could become a 2-parter. We will get the final summaries for Arc 5, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday, the 6th or the 7th, so stay tuned to my channel for that. The second it comes out, I will try to make a video as soon as possible. I am on spring break, so there should be no issue why I can't get a video up within maybe 2 or 3 hours of those coming out. But I'll tell you what, those summaries are going to be so interesting. It'll be interesting to see if there's an episode 149, because based on this summary, this could be a 2-part duel. Now, I'm only saying that because it seems like, unless Yuya's driven into a corner right away, which could happen, but I could see this episode ending with Yuri, Yuto, and Yugo. So I guess they're all within Yuya. Well, they obviously are based on that last line, within Yuya. So they're not in their own bodies, which kind of a letdown, but I guess it's kind of expected. I guess they were never gonna, just magically appear in their own bodies, especially knowing Yuto's been bodiless since, episode 35, is it? Episode 36. So it's gonna be very, very cool to see the 4 U-Boys, very similar to how they do in the manga, all interact with each other within one body. It'll be very interesting to see the dialogue between them, especially the dialogue within Yuri, in terms of talking to Yugo, because we know they have a bit of a rivalry, and really Yuto and Yuya. That will be very interesting. I'm actually very, very intrigued to see that. This duel, again, I feel like it's I've already talked about it in my summary video and my discussion video when it was first announced, so I'm not really going to spend too much time on that. I think it's awesome that there are so many people not only appearing but speaking in this episode. A few notables that aren't in this episode. I already mentioned Leo Akaba. Kaito is not in this episode, and none of the Bracelet Girls, which I already kind of touched on. But other than that, we pretty much have, no Edo and Asuka. And it's a shame because Asuka, even in the post-closing ceremony, I'm sorry, Asuka is in 145, before I go on that rant. Asuka, I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure she's in 145. So maybe this will be in Asuka could still be present, she just might not speak. Same with Edo. I'd imagine Edo, if Dennis is there, will be present and maybe not speak. Same with the Tyler twins. Everyone could be present. This really does have a final series duel feel to it. It really does. It would not even shock me if Yuya and Jack Atlas is the final duel. It really wouldn't. It just has that feel with all the characters around, even though a lot of rumors that, oh, Yuya still has to duel Serena. Oh, what about Rei? What about Zark? Oh, it doesn't Yuya have to duel Reiji? Who knows what's going to happen, guys? Doesn't Yuya have to duel Yusho? Because weren't we, told that the final duel was going to be an entertainment duel? Who knows? Who really knows? I know one thing. There's not enough time for all those duels. At least a few of those duels are going to be gone. The most likely one that's not going to happen is obviously Serena. I don't see Serena randomly being here, especially that she's not in any dimensions. The Bracelet Girls are not in any dimension. I could honestly see the Bracelet Girls getting revived with like 4 minutes left of the entire show. They have their quick reunion, and that's how the show ends. I know I said on my last discussion video that maybe it'll have a dark ending. Maybe Yusaku will come. One of my friends, Legendary Duels, texted me and he's like, the man who coined the Seto Kaiba theory really believes that Yusaku Fujiki is gonna show up at the end of Arc 5. That's the best theory you could come up with. And I was like, I'm just saying, man, it would be cool. I don't actually believe there's gonna be any ties between Arc 5 and Vrains. It'd be awesome if there were, but I don't actually think there would be. I'm just proposing some ideas, but you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. I will be replying to as many of you as I can, as always, so I will talk to you down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll probably do a live reaction to 145. Last week I was just tired after the concert, so I didn't do one for 144, but I probably will do one for 145. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, summaries, the final batch of summaries will be out in a few days, so that will be so interesting to see. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Without any explanation, no time for relaxation.